Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 660, Distractions. There's Stanley hanging out. Look at him. Alright, distractions. Some are, some aren't. Recognize which ones are and why they are, and which ones aren't. You have to manage them for yourself, and this is the hardest part, because there's things we like. We'll post on social media and it'll get a bunch of likes. You do a video and shoot it out to TikTok and all of a sudden it starts going viral. Very exciting stuff. You publish a new book and you have a tendency to keep hitting refresh, even though reviews take 1 to 3 days to show up, usually closer to 3 days. So hitting refresh doesn't do anything for you except your compulsive need to press a button and try to do something. So it's really important to understand what are your distractions. Journal. The best thing you can do is journal what you do during a day and keep track of how much time it takes. How much time do you actually take writing a sprint with no other distractions, just your document there and typing and getting the story down. Even if you edit as you go, that's not a distraction. It may be a productivity inhibitor, depending how you do it. I edit as I go. And it helps me because it helps me keep the story straight. Other people don't. All good. Just whatever works for you. However, the distraction is when you have book report, the cha-ching turned on and you dive over there. No, don't do that. I have my email up all day. However, I don't have any notifications, so there are no dings, there are no clicks, there are no things saying, you've got email. No, I go over and check it often because I actually have a lot of stuff going on, but I don't have it set to distract me. So external noises, whether you write with music or without, understand what distracts you. If you're jamming heavy metal and you're singing along and not typing, write that down. So then make sure that first your singing voice is up to it, and second, that it's not distracting you from trying to get words when you're trying to get words. So as you're looking at your dashboards, you go into KDP, you go into overall Draft Digital, go into their dashboard and see what are the sales like. What are you going to change? And this is a business consultant in Fortune 500 companies. They track a lot of data, and they look at a lot of data. And when they're checking this data, it's like, what are you going to change? What drives this data? And they're like, well, we're not going to change anything. It's just So you're just going to look at it to either be disappointed or excited, and you're not going to change anything. Then why are you looking at them? You want to drive the behavior that results in that positive. You always want to see growth in corporations, of course. And for your author business, you always want to see improvement on sales, or at least a good baseline of sales. But what are you going to do? If you look at that and say, oh my God, sales are down. Okay, watch the trends. If it's over a week, and it's nosediving, what do you have going? What do you need to re-energize? But do you need to look at that every hour to see that the weekly trends are descending? That's where you look at I always have sales slow from Monday to Friday, but they pick up Saturday, Sunday. Everybody's will be a little bit different. Just understand your own trends and act accordingly, and you don't have to check that data every hour. You might have to only check it once a day. I know. Mind-blowing that you're, oh my God, I'm not just going to stand there and watch my data. No, I've got my Apple Watch set for everything. Look at that. It's got all kinds of stuff. Come on up, you. I've got the whole data set. What's the Dow doing? What's my heartbeat doing? What kind of timer do I have? What's the temperature outside? Yes, I love data. However, you don't have to look at it every hour. The dog needs to go out. Holy cow. Is that a distraction or not? And this is where it cannot be, because you've got to take the dog out. What's for dinner? You have to eat. What about working out? You have to maintain a healthy body because it drives the body is the meat wagon that drives the brain. Everything is about driving this forward. So you got to take care of your body so you can drive your brain around. Keep the meat wagon running as good as you can. There are a lot of people broken, me included, and I do the best I can to keep this energized, which means eat better than candy and junk And I don't even have any potato chips in the house, but I love them. I love them. So anytime I go to somebody's house, I will clean out their potato chips, even if they have this massive thing, and I'll feel horrible afterwards. But I didn't buy them, so it's not my degeneracy and love of potato chips. What about reading versus writing? Do you read every day? That's for a different day. We'll talk about that actually tomorrow. And but other things, shiny things that draw your attention away, social media, all of that. How do you remove those distractions? Journal, see what you've got, and then start removing them. If they're not helping you be a better author, you have to look at your numbers, but do you have to look at them as often as you do? All right. Hopefully that helps. Distractions, do away with them. Focus on your business and have a better business. Peace, fellow humans.